Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today we're going to be playing in the Kiblers Giant Monsters event. So I don't usually play these kind of events, because I think a few of them are a little bit gimmicky and most times. This one I don't think is too much of an exception to that. However, when I saw how this one actually performs, it immediately clicked that there's actually a combo list that can go infinite pretty quickly, actually. So we're going to be playing a deck in that format to try this one out. So Kiblers Giant Monsters is essentially the same format as usual. However, the one little special part of this one is that if you cast a creature spell with converted mana cost 4 or more, you get to draw a card. Now, I wanted to exploit that for an infinite combo. So this week, today, we're going to be playing our Giant Monster combo list. So you may know this combo from Wizard Tribal. We have pulled it off once or twice before. Naru Meha and Release to the Wind. So Naru Meha says 4 mana for a 3/3 with Flash. And when she enters the battlefield, she copies an instant or sorcery spell you control, and you may choose new targets for the copy. And we want to combo that with Release to the Wind, which is a 3 mana instant spell that says exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may cast it without paying its mana cost. So, what we want to do is cast Release to the Wind, targeting absolutely anything we want, and in response to that target, we actually want to copy it with Naru Meha. And then the copy that she creates of Release to the Wind wants to target Naru Meha herself, which puts her into exile to cast for free. And then when you cast her again, you get to target Release to the Wind, and she makes a copy, which targets Naru Meha. See where I'm going here? I can cast Naru Meha infinitely for the rest of the game, and because Kiblers Giant Monsters says that 4 converted mana costs creature spells draw you a card, this is actually a 2-card combo to draw my entire deck in one turn. Now, how do I actually win the game using that? Because that alone won't win me the game. What I can do instead is I can actually use a card called Psychic Corrosion. 3 and a blue for an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard, which means if I have a Corrosion in play when I perform Naru Meha's combo, I draw a card, and my opponent mills 2 cards. So eventually, we just completely mill our opponent out of cards in their deck. Now, I can't really beat Nexus of Fate, but this is a small event. I don't expect Nexus of Fate all that much. I don't think most people will. So, that's the combo we're going to be trying to pull off. The rest of the deck is basically to allow us to survive and get us to where we need. So we need to get to 7 mana, so we have Gift of Paradise and Grow from the Ashes. Gift of Paradise targets a land, gains me 3 life, which allows me to survive a little longer, and it turns that land into an add 2 mana kind of land. Grow from the Ashes allows me to look for a basic land out of my deck, and put it onto the battlefield untapped. And if I kick it for 5 mana, then I get 2 lands instead untapped. And I can combo that with Elfheim Druid. Elfheim Druid is a 2 mana 0/2, good blocker, as it's not going to survive much, but it will block and help me survive the game anyway. But the secondary mana ability there is what is important. Elfheim Druid can add 2 mana if it's used to cast kick spells, so it really allows us to get that kicker down really soon after the Elfheim Druid. Really nice. I think it's a turn 3 kicked grow, which is pretty sweet. Other than that, we're just running a load of card draw spells, which allow us to find all of our combo pieces. We have Radical Ideas, draw a card with Jumpstart, so we can discard a card to draw a card again from our graveyard. Using this twice is quite nice. Anticipate is probably the best one. 2 mana to look at 3 cards from your library, put one into your hand and the rest on the bottom. So this one actually goes the deepest out of all of them. So really powerful stuff there. And then finally Opt, really early game stuff to allow us to scry and draw, find the pieces we need. Finally, just for a little bit of survivability as well, we're running 3 copies of Root Snare. Probably only need 1, maybe 2 during the entire game, because we want to be firing this off right before we're about to die if it actually helps us get our combo in. It's just to buy us 1 or 2 extra turns, because we do need to get up to 7 mana, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to survive until turn 7, based off of our ramp spells here. So, that's basically the deck. It's simple enough. This would be a 4-card combo, although the Kiblers Monsters special event allows me to make this a 3-card combo, which makes it playable in Standard. So let's have fun with it. We've got 12 islands, 7 forests, 4 hinterland harbours, and that's the deck. So without further ado, let's get into the games. Okay, we're in, and we're on the play with a decent hand. We got 2 of 3 combo pieces, some ramp, and a way to find our final piece. It's very nice indeed. What are we playing against? We'll find out soon enough. Alright, so we're going to be looking for Naru Meha at this point. Just going to bottom the anticipate. It can allow me to go deeper, I suppose, but I might just draw one off the top anyway. Alright, it's a green deck. I'm surprised. Ooh, another Psychic Corrosion's quite nice. It means that I can put one down without feeling like I'm going to lose it to neutralize effects. I can get the mill going pretty quickly. Maybe just actually get the mill win off on its own. 2 corrosions together is pretty sweet, so might as well, right? 4 mana for our opponent. So they're in the draw cards territory. Goreclaw. Yeah, it's the first card I looked at when I heard about this format. He synergizes perfectly with the strategy of the game. Alright, let's do... Do I actually want to play a Gift of Paradise, or do I just want to play another Psychic Corrosion? Let's play another Psychic Corrosion. I might actually just need that mill win. We have a lot of draw in here as well, so it's perfectly reasonable to get that kind of stuff. We just need to find all of our root snares, I guess. We do have 1 Release to the Wind that we can use defensively as well. On combat, we can exile one of their creatures if we want to do that, or if they attach an aura to it. Beast Whisperer to draw a card. Alright, we really want to be drawing cards apparently. But this is power 4 or greater, so it's not going to pump the Beast Whisperer. Goreclaw getting in. She is the thick bear girl. Radical Idea. Okay, so mill 4. Radical Idea is kind of a nice draw actually. Ooh, what's this one? I've never seen this card before. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets Druid of the Horns, make a beast. Oh, I have seen this one. Never mind. I know about that one. Alright. Put down the Gift of Paradise, gain a bit of life. I think I can afford to just Radical Idea. Let's just do it now. Whatever. Mill. I doubt I'm going to Root Snare anyway, so... Save it for when they've got Golters and stuff like that in play. And I get to make my land drop, so quite nice. So they are down to 36 cards. We doing it. We doing it. Can we do it quick enough, though? We'll see. So we are at 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 land and a Naru Meha, and we have the infinite combo. Most of Mono Green's answers to creatures are sorcery speed as well. Ooh, Emperor's Vanguard for the Explore. That's kind of cool. I like this guy. He dies to a lot of stuff, but I like him all the same. So, the game, +1/+1 and Trample. We got a Nullhide Ferox, okay. Cool. This Root Snare can't come soon enough, though. Llanowar Elves draws a card. I like that my opponent's working with us, I guess, instead of against us. All these card draw spells do them a lot of favours. 31 cards. Ouch. We do need to Roots there though, because we are going to die if we don't. So my opponent's follow-up play is discarding to hand size. I like it. So, mill 4. Golters and Beast Whisperers. Let's discard the spare Release to the Wind. Draw a card. Anticipate is okay. I can cast that and still play my Root Snare. It's not a card draw spell though, should be noted. Let's not tap double blue, please, game. Thank you. Let's get... I think it's Radical Idea. Play Harbour, pass the turn. We're at 22 cards. Playing any more cards draws them cards. Judging by their deck structure, it'll probably draw them 2 cards on average. Which, I mean, is a Psychic Corrosion trigger for me, which is pretty sweet. It's a shame I have to actually use this root snare here, though. Or at least I think I do. When it attacks each creature you control, it gets +1/+1. So if I was to release to the wind Goreclaw, well, let's find out what he's doing first. I would take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I still take too much. Blanchwood Armor. Cool. That doesn't really change the clock. We were dead anyway, so... Cool story, bro. So, pumps the dudes for nothing. Ah, an Elfheim Druid. No! Oh, we need to do a really good chain here, I think. Or at least find a root snare along the way. It's a land. That is not a good start to the chain. My opponent's deck is full of gas. Let's do 1, 2. Radical Idea, Elfheim Druid. Grow from the ashes, and we're dead. Got them down to 10 cards. I don't think there's anything we can change. This doesn't draw cards, neither does this. Yep, that's game. Okay, we're in. We have all the ramp in the world and a psychic corrosion. I think I can take this. I mean, ramp is one part of the combo and our opponent is already down to 5 cards, so we should have plenty of time to ramp and find our combo pieces. Okay, what are we playing? White and passes. Ooh, another land. That's kind of nice. I like that. So, island go. Into Bishop's Soldier. The lifelink, not too much of an issue for us. We have no intention of beating your life total anywhere below 20. It's essentially not really even an option for us. Other than Naru Meha getting in 3 damage here and there, but that's Magical Christmas Land. Ooh, there's a combo piece. That's nice to see. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, 3. Gift of Paradise on the Forest, which gives us 3 life, 2 mana, so we can play this other Druid. Pretty sweet ramp. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We just need Naru Meha and we win. Taking 4. We don't have much time to find it though. Let's anticipate. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Gift of Paradise has been doing weird things to me recently, so I'm just manual tapping every time. Then we can play Anticipate. Another Psychic Corrosion. I think I would rather take the Opt, because it finds our combo piece. We only need 1 Psychic Corrosion to actually win. So let's get that down now. And we literally win as soon as we find Naru Meha, as long as he doesn't have something like a Conclave Tribunal. Okay, Grow from the Ashes. Let's do that first. Let's use a Kicker. Kicker. Grow kicked. Let's get all the islands. Then we'll play Opt, now that we've thinned our deck. There's Naru Meha. Okay. 4, 5, 6. We're 1 mana short, so we win next turn. Okay. So as long as we don't die, and as long as our opponent doesn't take Psychic Corrosion away, we win. And we win. Okay. GG. Down to 4. It was a close one. Oh, we got another Naru Meha. Okay, so we need full control for this. It will screw us over if we do not full control mode. So, bear that in mind. I'm going to target this Healer's Hawk. Doesn't really matter what we target here. Let's spend our mana. And then in response, target release to the winds. And we won't have to spend mana at this point forward, so it's a really nice quick loop. So every time we cast Naru Meha, we mill 2 cards from our draw a card. Naru Meha enters the battlefield, targets release to the wind. We let that resolve. We target Naru Meha, which makes her free to recast, which draws a card. And that's the loop. We win. Sweet. Nice and easy. That went... It was pretty close towards the end there. If we'd have found a nice fog spell, which, I mean, even if I was to mess up this loop right here from talking to you guys, it is it's really messing with my head right now, talking and doing this loop at the same time. But even if I was to do that, we're going to draw a large amount of our deck anyway. Probably find a fog, which we have the mana to cast. So, game over. Sweet. Alright. 1-1. Not too bad. How much do we have to go even on this one? You have to go 4-2 to go completely even. But I think that the value of that rare actually brings the gold value down a little bit more. But, you know, whatever. Let's go for another game. Okay. What the hell is this hand? Move it on. This one's fine, I guess. It's certainly better than the last one. And there's 2 of our 3 combo pieces assembled. We just need the mana, and we need Psychic Corrosion. A green deck again. Oh, it's green-white this time. Okay. Another Naru Meha is not exactly fantastic to see, but we actually need the land, so I'm going to take that. We want to make consistent land drops, and then obviously this land will allow us to ramp into Gift of Paradise as well, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it looks like we're up against dinos. I've heard that this format is all dinos. This is actually the first one I've come across after 3 runs of this event. It's about time we meet the boogeyman, though. Okay. I don't even know if it's the boogeyman or if it's just like, I assume that this is the best card. This best type of deck for this format. Let's all play it at the same time. Yes, let's play that. Let's take it. That allows us to kick next turn, get all the mana that we actually need, because we're at 5. This will take us to 7. And then we actually have an infinite loop to draw our entire deck. Plus an extra little bit of the loop as well. So we win next turn. Or the turn after next, but it's effectively next turn. Just get all islands. And pass. Yeah, I think they need to literally have an answer for Naru Meha, otherwise the combo goes off. And then they need another answer, otherwise it goes off again. Ooh, another release of the wind. Right, we have all of our combo pieces. So, full control mode. Target Raptor Hatchling. We also have Gift of Paradises to target, so even if our opponent had nothing in play there, we could still do this. And tap it out. So we can't actually win on this turn, because we still need to play a Psychic Corrosion, so this draw actually makes a difference. But what we can do is we can just loop it until we find it. And while we do that, we just fill up with gas at the same time. So it seems as though my opponent doesn't have any kind of answers to this. Usually they run the Stomping Fight card, which is sorcery speed, so it's never going to interact with Naru Meha. It's basically lightning strikes or bust. So I'm going to speed this up. It looks like my opponent can't answer it, so it's just going to happen. So we'll find all of our cards until we hit Psychic Corrosion, and at which point we'll mill our opponent to death. Alright, see you in a sec, guys. Okay, so we do have Psychic Corrosion here, but I actually want to continue a little bit longer until I actually have my other Psychic Corrosion, I think. And then we'll leave Naru Meha in the exile zone where she can't be targeted. And there it is. Okay, so this last release to the winds is going to target Naru Meha, leave her in the exile zone where she is free. Which means I can go Psychic Corrosion, release with my 7 mana. And it's good. Alright, so Island, and it doesn't really matter. I could anticipate, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so Island, 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 Forest, Gift. We have 2 Psychic Corrosions, 2 Release to the Winds, and a spare Naru Meha. We have 2 of each combo piece. So if our opponent can somehow beat all of this, props to them. Okay, Raptor Hatchling. Another Psychic Corrosion. Okay, so Psychic Corrosion. And then full control. Now we start milling. So target their dude. Pay for all of this. And now we start the loop again. This time, Psychic Corrosion's here to start milling them first. Give them a good game. They've seen our loop, and they've quit it up. Nice, friendly opponent. I like this person. Be more like Tim Tim. Okay, we are 2-1. Sweet. Still haven't fixed that ICR flip animation yet. Just noticed. That was an accidental thing. It was an uncommon anyway, probably. So, whatever. Alright, let's go for another game. Alrighty then, we have 1 combo piece and plenty of ramp, which is kind of the 4th combo piece you could think of it as, and a root snare to help us get us there. It's not the most perfect hand, you know, you'd always like to see the full combo, but, you know, I'll take it. We just need to find 2 combo pieces and not die, which I think this hand helps us do. Red decks, ooh, okay. Maybe it doesn't help us enough. We'll see. There's 3 life here, and then this represents a ton of life as well. Oh, is it Drakes? Oh, good. I've missed Drakes. Another Release to the Wind is a bit of a meh card, but, I mean, we kind of have to deal with lightning strikes against the Drake's deck, so, you know, I might actually need multiple combo pieces in the end. We'll see. Another Gift of Paradise. Okay. I accept. Let's play Gift. Gain some life. Life shouldn't matter too much in this particular matchup, since Drake's just wins in 1 shot half of the time, so... And it's usually more than 23. We'll have to see, though. We're actually going to get a pretty decent amount of ramp with Grow from the Ashes, because we'll be able to kick it next turn, being at 5 mana. So we're actually off to a pretty good start. So long as we find our pieces. That's all we have to do. Let's find our pieces. So land, kick, island, island. We only really need the green for our ramp pieces and our root snares, and I feel like we've got enough sources of that already, so just give us all the blue, since this combo requires triple blue. Sarkhan's Whelp. Oh, not Drake's. A fun deck. Okay. Maybe not a good fun deck, but we'll see. Alright. Huh? Can you not? Interesting. Alright, well, I know what it's tapping, so let's just tap this island. There's been a fair few bugs coming from this new patch. It's a lot smoother and nicer, but there's a fair few things that just don't seem right. Like the upkeep stop, it removes itself on your turn. That just then was very odd. I don't know how I'd possibly even go about adding 2 mana manually with the forest. That's got to cost someone a game somewhere down the line. Come on, combo piece. Radical idea. Helps me find one. My opponent's playing quite slowly. Root Snare, which helps us. I don't need this additional land. I'll probably end up just drawing one anyway, let's be honest. Psychic Corrosion. Okay, well, I'm going to try it. Our opponent hasn't countered anything up to this point, but I don't think I've played anything worth countering, so we'll have to see. Looks like they're not too happy about this one, though. Oh, no, it sticks. Okay. I guess they're reading the card to explain the card. Because blue-red doesn't have a way of dealing with enchantments. Short of, like, River's Rebuke. Rekindling Phoenix. Okay. Come on, deck. I actually just need Naru Meha, and we win. And for my opponent not to kill Naru Meha. He could be banking up a lot of removal spells. We'll have to see. Mills. Alright, well, a ramped Grow from the Ashes isn't the worst thing in the world. It's thinning. Actually allows me to respond to removal with the other Release of the Wind if I have enough mana. So let's get Island. Pass the turn. Under no pressure yet to use my Root Snares. I do have to be aware my opponent's running cancels. I'm not really sure, other than the stuff that I'm going to mill, what to expect from this deck. I would assume that it's kind of budgeted, yeah, with big dragons. That seems about right. So enters the battlefield, pay 3 damage to any target. You can do that. If he does that and we draw Naru Meha, we are completely free to actually go off. There's no shocks or anything of that nature. My opponent didn't. Interesting. What 3 mana spell have you got? Well, it couldn't be Negate. Negate wouldn't do it. As I mentioned, we have spare releases now so that we can respond to our own Naru Meha dying. Come on, opt. Show me. Show me the way. That's not the way. Mill. Land! Come on. It's all here. This is the frustrating part about combo decks. When you have just everything except for one piece and you gotta go find it. It's a 4 of in the deck. At least we have guaranteed, well, mostly guaranteed 2 extra turns on top of the amount of life that we can spend here. It makes me wonder whether or not, oh my god, that I should actually Root Snare early, just in case they might have a Banefire. Running Essence Scatters? Oh, good god. Ugh, did not expect an Essence Scatter. So we're taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot to put us down to. I think I'm going to Root Snare here. And the reason to do that is either get a counter out of them, but also next turn they might be inclined to go for the win using Lathless's +1/+0 ability. Alright, come on. Okay. There's a Niv Mizzet in there. That's not surprising. He is a dragon. Grow from the Ashes. Come on, deck. Come on. No! Please! Oh. Why? Why? Could have been so easy. Yeah, pass the turn. Sarkhan's Whelp. Creates a flyer. Opponent's going off. Get greedy and tap out. He's doing it. He's doing it. You got an extra one if you want it. He's got 1 blue open, so that cancel he's running isn't going to do much. Can I survive this just by releasing to the wind? 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Yes, I can. So I shall. I think this works out okay. We just have to hope he doesn't have that extra removal spell. This might actually get him to tap out and then we'll root snare. He just lets it go. Okay, so he's got something important in hand. We're going to take the extra damage and hope that we just don't die. How are we going to do that? Yeah, we have to. We've committed to this plan now. We're at 5. Double strike kills us. He's going to play Lathless. Draw a card. Come on. I'm just hoping that he doesn't have the pieces he needs. The double blue is really unnerving. 28 cards. We can't really... Ooh. We can't really realistically mill them in this time. Legend rules themselves. Yes. Yep. Oops, indeed. They just killed one of their creatures. Sweet. Works for me. Doesn't really change much. Because my drawing grow from the ashes. Ah! Please, stop. Stop. More islands. All the mana in the world. 33 cards. 4 of them are Naru Meha. The rest of them are pieces to find Naru Meha. And we have the mana now as well, so... Unless he's got a negate, we're okay here. Okay, one last turn. Come on, deck. I know you like creating tense situations for us. You suck! I hate you! GG. G... frickin' G. Alright. Gone. Well, we got majorly screwed over there by the top of our deck. It was not very nice to us at all. However, 2 and 2. That's fine, I guess. We get 300 gold of the 500 we put in, and a rare and an uncommon. So 200 gold for a 1 rare actually works out reasonably well for me in my books. And it's a Sphinx's Decree. Each opponent can't cast instant sorceries during that player's next turn. Unless you've got the Isochron Scepter. Probably never going to see play. But a Wrath will. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today. We didn't really manage to get off where I wanted to go, but I think we managed to pull off the combo enough times to showcase how fun it is. Hope you guys enjoy it. Build it yourself if you like it. It does a fair amount of stuff, and it's a lot of fun to pull off when the deck doesn't draw loads of lands. But yes, thanks very much. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon, you know the drill. Lets you know when I make videos in the future. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.